Okay, real talk. If someone handed you $1,000 right now, no strings attached, what would you do with it? Because I actually did this. I followed 3 different people, let's call them Alex, Jamie, and Sam, and gave each of them $1,000 to do whatever they wanted with it. Same amount. Same starting point. Same month. 1 year later, one of them had turned that $1,000 into more money. One broke even. And one had literally nothing left. Same money. Completely different results. And the reason why has nothing to do with luck or even how smart they are. It's all about what they believed about money. And once I show you the difference, you'll never look at your own wallet the same way again. Section 1. Alex, the spender. Alex is a good person. Generous, actually. The kind of friend who picks up the tab. So when Alex got the $1,000, the money was gone in about 3 weeks. A new pair of trainers. A dinner out with friends. A weekend trip. Nothing crazy, just life. And here's the thing, Alex felt great about it. In the moment, it felt like freedom. Like finally being able to say yes to things. But 3 months later, when the car needed a repair, Alex had nothing saved. Had to borrow money from family. And that borrowed money came with guilt, stress, and a favor owed. The lesson from Alex: spending isn't bad. But spending everything leaves you with zero cushion, and it's that cushion that protects you when life gets messy. Which it always does. The fix isn't to stop enjoying money. It's to pay yourself first, even if it's just 10%. Alex could have set aside $100, spent the $900, and still had a backup. One small habit. Massive difference. Takeaway: before you spend, save a slice. Even $50 a month builds a buffer that keeps you out of panic mode. Section 2. Jamie, the hoarder. Jamie is the opposite of Alex. Careful. Cautious. A little anxious about money, understandably so. Jamie put all $1,000 straight into a regular savings account and didn't touch it. Good instinct, right? Sort of. Here's what most people don't realize. If your money is just sitting in a standard savings account earning almost nothing, inflation is quietly eating it. That's the sneaky thing about inflation, it doesn't rob you dramatically. It just shrinks your purchasing power slowly while you're not looking. 1 year later, Jamie's $1,000 was technically still $1,000. But because of inflation, it could buy slightly less than it could the year before. Jamie didn't lose money on paper. But in real terms, the money lost value by doing absolutely nothing. Jamie's heart was in the right place, saving is smart. But there's a difference between keeping money safe and growing it. The lesson from Jamie: saving is step 1. But leaving it all in a low-interest account isn't a strategy, it's just delaying the problem. The good news? Jamie's mindset, the discipline to not touch money, is actually the hardest part. The next step is just putting that money somewhere it can work a little harder. A high-yield savings account, a simple index fund, or even a cash ISA. Nothing complicated. Just a better home for the money. Takeaway: don't just save, save smart. Find accounts or funds that at least keep pace with inflation, so your money doesn't quietly shrink over time. Section 3. Sam, the investor. Sam is not a finance genius. Doesn't have a degree in economics. Doesn't follow the stock market every day. But Sam did one thing differently. Sam asked a question before spending the money. What can this $1,000 do for me, not just today but a year from now? Sam put $700 into a simple low-cost index fund, the kind that tracks the overall stock market rather than betting on one company. It's the boring choice. And it's exactly why it works. The remaining $300? Sam used it to take a short online course in a skill related to work. Within a few months, Sam landed a small freelance project on the side, an extra $200 that month alone. 1 year later, the $700 in the fund had grown to around $770, even after some market ups and downs. Not life-changing on its own. But that's not the point. The point is that Sam understood something the others didn't. Small decisions made consistently stack up. Sam didn't get rich from $1,000. But Sam got richer. Because the habits, the thinking, the framework Sam built, those are worth more than any single amount of money. The lesson from Sam: investing doesn't have to be complicated. A simple index fund and a commitment to keep going is enough to start. And investing in yourself, your skills, your earning power is just as important as investing in the market. Takeaway: split your money with intention. Some for protection, emergency fund, some for growth, investing, some for yourself, skills and learning. The exact split matters less than doing all three. Section 4. What was really different about each of them? I want to be honest with you, the three people in this story aren't really three separate people. They're three mindsets. And most of us have a little bit of all three. Part of us wants to enjoy money now. Part of us is scared to lose it. And part of us knows we should be doing something smarter with it. The difference Sam made wasn't about willpower or discipline. It was about having a plan before the money arrived. A simple question: what do I want this money to do? Alex had no plan, so the money followed the path of least resistance, which is spending. Jamie had a fear-based plan: keep it safe at all costs, which protected the money but didn't grow it. Sam had an intentional plan: protect some, grow some, invest in future earning. That's the triangle that builds real wealth over time. Takeaway: a plan doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to exist before you decide what to do with your money. Conclusion and call to action. So here's the bottom line. If you want to be more like Sam, you don't need more money. You need a different question. Instead of what do I want to spend this on, ask what do I want this money to become? Start small. Keep it simple. Even splitting your next paycheck like this changes everything. 10 to 20% into savings, your financial cushion. 10 to 20% into investments, even a basic index fund. A little for learning, a book, a course, a skill. The rest for living guilt-free because you handled the important stuff first. That's the SAM system. And honestly, it works at any income level. If this video helped you think about money differently, hit like. It helps more people find this channel. And if you're new here, subscribe, because every week Mary breaks down one money idea that could actually change how you build your future. Next week, I'm talking about the one number that decides whether you'll ever be truly wealthy, and most people have never heard of it. You won't want to miss that one. See you next week.